Hi guys, it's Les here over in West Yorkshire. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today. I've had a pretty busy day today, and actually I've already got a video uploading for the other channel, the vaping channel. So I thought I'd have a quick de-stress late this afternoon. I think it's, what time is it now? It's 5:30. So I'll be able to do this before Antique Roadshow comes on. I do like that, but I'm not sure if it's on tonight actually, because a lot of football on, haven't we? Anyway, what I'm going to be doing today is, I've got a new head. No, not this one. This one. Let me just zoom in for this and show you the detail, and hopefully you'll be able to see who it is. So there he is, look. Can you recognise him? That's Brad Pitt, and this is from the film Fury. Look at that hair. Quite incredible. He's even got a little scar on his lip. If you look here on his lip. Marvellous that, isn't it? And that came from KG Hobby. Is I'm going to be sticking this head onto this body. Now the decisions I've got is really for the clothing for him, because I've not got the tank commander, which is what he is in the film. He's got a tank outfit on. I've not got that outfit, so what I have got, I've got a little outfit which has got a dark brown leather coat and a belt, and it looks like a burgundy shirt, and it looks like there's even a t-shirt in there, could be. There's a pair of black boots, and there's a pair of blue jeans, and there's even a little set of dog tags in there around his neck. I think that's for the Hugh Jackman character from Wolverine when he's in his civvies, if you like. That's one outfit. The other one is what it just says apparel series, short sand. Well, I don't know that would necessarily suit that. So I think that's more of a Fison type of the thing, because you can see the physique and whatnot through it. And the other one I've got is this. This is like a biker outfit. And this is a black and obviously orange and white leather coat. There's a belt in there, there's a pair of jeans and a pair of trainers. Look like Nike trainers with laces on them. So I think that's probably more appropriate to any of the other ones, because I think that one's a bit dark. I think it's not characterful enough. But I think it would make a good biker, especially with that hair anyway. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, I have actually got another head this week, which is another one for the Joker. I mean, you've seen the Joker that's behind me here. Everybody that sees him just falls in love and wants to take him. He's absolutely fantastic, especially with his coat splayed out like this and his cuffs up. Is superb. But I've got another head for him, so let me just zoom into this head for you and show you. Now then, this was the other Heath Ledger head. You see that? This one has got his eyes open, or eyes closed, sorry, but his mouth's open, and you can even see his teeth and his tongue and everything in there, look. Another one of them, very, very detailed. But I think, for me, the face on this one looks a bit flat. I don't mean flat physically, I mean paint-wise. You know, there's no texture on it as such, so I might have at some point to give it a little lick. But look at the hair. It's interesting to see how the hair's actually put together. Can you see that? It's in layers, look. So there's several layers, bits of plastic on top of each other to make that. And in fact, if you look on the top of his head, right there, there's like a zigzaggy crack, and that's where the piece sits on, like a toupee. Good, eh? Now, that's not going to fit on any of these. This is obviously going to be for the Joker, and that's it. So anyway, that's that. So I'm going to put them to one side, and I'll burst open my 11 quid body. And you remember I were having difficulty with the neck connector, and I was going to be making some, having a go at making some myself. Well, I don't know if I told you, but I did actually make a little silicone mould, and I shaved one of the big balls down so that the balls were both the same size at the end, and that's my little mould. Anyway, the first resin I used was far too brittle, and when you're trying to move it like this and get it in, it just shattered. So I tried a few of them, but it was still just the same. So then I've got some flexible resin, which has got a bit more flex to it, and this is what I've come up with, and this one fits. So that's what I'm going to be using, my own little adapter for the head. So let's just try this. What am I going to do? Pop this open. Incidentally, the two spinning figures that you can see, we've got Winston Churchill here, or Sir Winston Churchill. Obviously everybody knows who he is. And I've just finished this outfit. I actually purchased the Winston Churchill body, and it was a partly finished project that somebody else had, and I bought it second hand off eBay. But he didn't have all his various bits and pieces. The head sculpt came with it, the cigar came with it, his hands came with it, you know, with the ring and the classic two fingers up like this. Walking stick came with it, coat and trousers, but there were no shirt, there was no shoes, no waistcoat, so I've had to buy them independently, and I got them from America. So there's a link on, I'll put a link on screen if I remember, if not I'll put it in the description, as to where I purchased these little extra bits, and that now completes Winston Churchill, and there he is, and I think he looks fantastic. Everybody loves him as well. This one is a complete made up job. I wanted to an Indiana Jones one, but they're hundreds of pounds to buy. And this particular figure is a normal 10 quid body, and the trousers and the coat came from, I think the company's called collectiblekitbash.co.uk. Again, I'll put a link on screen there, because I thought that were more or less the right colours. The hat actually came with the head, and I'll show you that in a second because it's got quite a strange feature to it. The gun holster on his hip came from a little set I bought off eBay. Again, what other people had spares from kits and whatnot, and that just happened to be the right scale and the right look. Same with the gun. The gun came out of one of them kind of kits. The little idol he's got in his hand, the golden idol, and this is from the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Is it the Raiders of the Lost Ark? I think it's the Raiders of the Lost Ark, right at the very beginning, where he comes out and it's Hovana Motusu Hovita. I think that's where that comes from. The thing he takes off that pit. Anyway, that's that as well as the whip and one or two other little bits came in a set again off eBay that was off somebody else that had obviously got the kit, and these were spare parts basically. So anyway, that gave me the inspiration to do that. The shoes I got on this one, they're like well, they're like a boating shoe really. Now I suppose Indiana Jones would have boots on, but these shoes look really, really good on this figure. It matches the outfit really, really well. So I'm overjoyed with that. And again, that's cost me probably about 70 quid altogether, which is an awful lot cheaper than you can buy it for. But just watch this head, because normally you pull the hat off and you've got hair underneath it. Well, with this figure, it looks a bit like his dad, don't you think? Look at that. He's got no hair underneath, but it doesn't really matter because, I mean, he's obviously intended to be displayed with the hat, which is obviously part of his character, isn't it? You put the hat on somebody and straight away it's Indiana Jones. So let me just put his toupee back on. So that's him. I think he's super. Anyway, so I'm going to pop this open now. And what we actually got in here, we have got a leather belt. Obviously plastic like, but not leather. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay this out and I'm going to show you from above so you can see me putting it together again, because that really worked quite well, didn't it? Well, this is what you're going to get then in the outfit, in that little set that we've just unbagged. You get this leather coat with a nice flame details on it, look. Isn't that marvellous? It's almost Kawasaki kind of colours, isn't it? Obviously with a little zip, and I'm sure that works. History told me it does. Yeah, there we go. Lined again. What else do we get? We get a t-shirt. Nice white t-shirt. And a pair of jeans. Now these jeans have already got the wear marks on them, you know, like adult jeans do, which is quite good, isn't it? Look at that. So we'll get them now. These fasten, I think, yeah, Velcro. And we've also got this pair of trainers. These have got laces on as well. So these are the kind that actually fit on the feet. you know, where you put the actual foot in the shoe rather than this replacing the foot. So that'll take some undoing, that. But at least we've got a nice clear left and right, haven't we? We've got the little ball and socket that I've prepared earlier. We've got our head sculpt, and the body. The body's all working as it should. And I've got some tools just in case I need to do any prodding or anything. So I'm going to start with the jeans, but I'm going to start doing what I usually do, which is put the belt on first. Because I think that's probably the easiest way of doing it. For me it is, anyway. I'll just move this around. Again, it's the attention to detail is what is key to it, really. That's what makes them look so much better than the old-fashioned types. Just grab that. Fingers have gone already. That's because I've been doing videos earlier today. Using them. That little bit. Pull that round a bit now, because I want that buckle at the front, don't I? Let me just pull a bit round. About there. Right, so that's his belt on. So I'll put his trousers on now then. Get your ass on there, son. Zip him up, so to speak. A proper buckle. If only I had proper fingers. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's his last hole. Must have lost a bit of weight since they measured him. Oh no, there's another one there, look. Tuck that back. There we go. It's like eating with chopsticks. I'll tuck the end in there for good measure. There we go, that's his jeans on. Not looking too shabby. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to pop these hands off. So let me grab my heater and I'll be able to get these off much easier. Right, so this is the heater and it's basically a hairdryer, but what it'll do, you can set the temperature on it and you can just warm these joints and it makes them so much easier to get on and off. I've currently got this set to 100 centigrade, so it's not too hot. It's about as hot as a cup of tea. So it's not going to melt it. But I'll show you this this heating device when I've done this. And when you put it down, it goes off. Like so. Do the same again. Pop him off. Easy peasy. Now that'll make it easier to get this shirt on, won't it? Because I've got to rotate these arms. I've really got to do some rotation like that in order to go up enough. like that. You've got to rotate the entire shoulder up, like that. Still going to be good fun. So that's his shirt done, but now I've got to rotate them arms back. But if I rotate the arms back fully, I'm not going to be able to get this on. So I'm just going to rotate one of them back. And you've got to watch your shirt don't get trapped. You see how it's building up and twisting? If you don't do that, you can't put that arm down by your side. If you don't rotate the arm back. So that's that one. Now I'm going to put this on. Now that's one arm in. So I might try actually to rotate this one back as well. That's Ted barking. Seeing somebody off, no doubt. Now then, will it reach? Yeah, they are a bit. Have to rotate that back a bit. Pull the socket out now. Actually, what I can do, thinking about it, I could do that, couldn't I? Put that in. And then do it like that. I suppose it's cheating, but it's on, isn't it? Pull his arm back now. There we go. I think that looks fab already. So let's get these feet on. Now his feet are still in the back. These have obviously already got the little bolts and sockets on. So what I'm actually going to do, because again practice has told me, shown me, it's easier to put the foot in the shoe and then put the entire thing on the body rather than put the foot on the body and then try and put the foot in the shoe. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have to unpick this somewhat, and I'll also warm it up with the heater. Very stiff. Let me warm it up. Becoming more pliable now. Right at that. I'll give it a try. So I'll get his foot. Put my finger in just to get it going. Try and get that in there. Now there's a tongue in there, which is a bit annoying. Getting in the way. You see that? That's quite annoying. It's getting in the way, there's that tongue. It's like catching on the foot. So, can I get rid of it? Can I pull it out? If I can, it's coming out. No, oh, I'll do that then. Oh, that's easier, look. It's that tongue look that gets in the way. So that's his foot in his trainer. Put his peg back. That's it. Do the other one now. Go and get them laces out. And give him a good warm. So now I'm going to get that tongue out while it's soft. Either pull it up or pull it out, whichever. Not really bothered. There we go. Come on. There we go. In. We're in. I can tie these laces now because we can just pop them on, can't we? I'm glad that they've left a nice long piece of string, because usually this piece of string is so small that you can't do this second part of your knot. You know, the bow bit. I mean, it's hard enough as it is, look. Pull it back again. Pull it back. And again. There we go. Proper sized laces now, so I can cut that bit off now. Same with the other one. Fingers again. Number 2. Right then, so now we can get on with this head. Actually, put his hands back on now, can't I? If I can find them. What did I do with the hands? No idea. Can I put them back in this bag? I think I put them in the bag. We'll have them two out. Two just straightforward, flat hands. Now these actually just pop in much easier than when they come off. Is that the right hand again? I always do wrong hand. But you can warm this up if it's necessary. Yeah, that one's in. No, it's not. So I'll have to warm this one up, look, because it's gone hard. It's just that little hole in there one's warming up. just enough to allow it to pass through, and then it'll stiffen back up again. Like that. Right, let's get the feet on. I'm not going to chop these laces. I think I'm just going to tuck them up his trousers, and that way I can always use them again, like counter. Let's get his feet on. One. That's two. So I'll tuck these laces up inside, and then they're not as obvious, are they? Oh, his legs fell off again. Put that ankle joint back. That tongue again. Oh, his laces have come out again now, haven't they? Right, now it's time for the head. Foot fell off again. I'll put that right in a second. Time to get this baby on. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to warm up the ball that I've made and the socket, just to be on the safe side. But what I'm going to do first, actually thinking about it, what I'm going to do first, I think I'm going to pad this out. I'm not too sure if that's going to be too deep. You know, from there to there. It doesn't look like he's got no neck. So I might have to pad this out a little bit. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me warm this up. I'm going to warm that up now. See if I can do them both at the same time. Try this then. Oh well, that went in easy enough, didn't it? That's the ball that I made, isn't it? And this is the one that come out the head. So I'll pop that on as well. And you see there's a bit of flex in that. Can you see? There's enough flex. Let me warm this end up. This one's warming up. Just makes it more flexible. Like that. So we've now got his head on. Well, we've got his neck on anyway. So that just now pops in there. Like that. And there's the lad. I don't know what's up with this footy. I'm going to have to just check this ankle joint, because this keeps popping off, doesn't it? I don't know why. Seems to be a bit baggy. Let me just change that ankle peg. Right, well I've just got an ankle post out of another model, or out of a blank foot anyway. So let's try this. actually what it is, it's this socket that's not right in the foot. You see? That seems to be a bit sloppy. So I know the foot would have solved that. It might be a bit tighter. I'll get these ends away again. And there he is. What do you reckon? Bradus Pittus, the biker. What do you think? Come back to me on table and then you can have a proper look. Right then, so here he is. Let's have a look. What I'm about to do, I'm about to change that foot. You know, I had a dodgy foot on there and I thought it was a peg. It was actually the foot. The socket in the foot was no good. So that's in the bin and I put another foot on it and that's fixed it. So here he is. Now, it looks pretty good. I mean, I'll probably see if I can put him here for you. It looks pretty good. But it's got no character to it, has it? There's no happening. Do you know what I mean? It's I love the jacket. That jacket is absolutely fantastic. So it was worth the money just for the jacket because it really is good. But these jeans, they've got no cut to them. There's no fashion on them. They just don't look right to me anyway. You know, they've got no shape into them. They're a bit tubular. I mean, the sculpt on it is fantastic. Everything else about it, the shoes are great. It's just these jeans really, I think they're a bit naff. Although they're looking good initially, they're just tubular, action manny, you know. Whereas if you look at our friend here, just put him down there a sec. I mean, he's gonna lose his idol, isn't he? If you look at our friend's trousers here, they've got character to them, haven't they? You see? They've got a cut to them. So they look naturalistic. Well, at least I hope you think they do anyway. They look naturalistic. Whereas if you look at Buddy Boys here, stand him up. You see? There's no shape or character to them. And I've scrunched them up because that's what you can do. That's what I did with him. As I'm doing this, I'm scrunching the trousers up as if you've had them on a while. You know, squeezing it and, you know, perhaps dampening your hand, and you get a little bit of character going. Can you see that? There's a little bit of that going on, but not enough. Not enough. They're just too flat for me, for my liking. Peg leg now, look. There we go. There we go. That's Brad, the amputee. And he's brought his leg in just in case, because you never know, he might be able to claim a benefit or something. If not, he'll put it back on. Ooh, that's controversial. We're saying that because the Department of Work and Pensions are now saying to some soldiers and whatnot that because they've got an artificial leg on, they're no longer entitled to the benefits that they were, because now they can walk after all. Which that's the new rule of, you know. Eh dear, what is this country coming to? Right, well, I've got his leg back on. So that's it, you can't make a claim now, go. But again, I think it's pretty flat, so I won't be displaying it like this. Obviously there's nothing wasted on it, but perhaps I can use these jeans for something else, like a firelighter. No, honestly, the rest of it is fantastic. It's just these, and when I find some more jeans, I might even go for another pair of these in a different colour from the same company. So I imagine that they would have the same cut. They would look better than these, but some chinos or something, you know. But other than that, it's fantastic, isn't it? Let me just put him on a stand. I think these are a great buy, and all these £2 stands, because they don't half allow you to set your man up, especially with one or two of these items which are a bit wobbly. You know, especially if you put them into extending poses and stuff like that. Put you on there, so. Good but not outstanding. It's just an action man, isn't it? At the minute, it's just an action man. But it won't be an action man for long. Because they're coming off, and there'll be something else going on in its place. Anyway, that's it now. I've got to go for some tea. I'm getting a bit more thirsty, and I've had enough, to be honest. So I've enjoyed myself. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I'm sorry if you've not done. But nevertheless, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And you get an email as soon as I do a new video, and you can come and watch it at your leisure. Oh no. See you later.